Hello, this is XL, or known as GBO2-Bonsai, and basically I will be showing the whole sort of boosts on a lot of these mobile suits. Now, the whole sort of boost system is very good, but it takes really a very good experienced player. Now, as you can see, my booster gauge is on 100, but in reality I have 22 extra boost on this mobile suit. Now that shit is pretty damn crazy. I removed one, I still have 100 gauge. I removed another one, still have 100 gauge. Now that's just a very crazy type of thing on a a mobile suit like this. This is like the 700 cost GBO Tetra, and I think you can also do the same thing with the GBO1 or something like that. But yeah, there are some mobile suits that have real like some really insane boosts, and these sort of opponents can literally play around with you if they're very whatchamacallit, very agile or very good, or they can keep in track of how to approach. I think you could go over the thruster gauge, the thruster gauge. Yes, with the new Gundam right there, the new Gundam, you can go over the thruster gauge right there. Now, the thing about using this whole sort of boost system, I will explain a little bit of things that you probably don't know. A little extra information for you if you're having a hard time trying to keep up with players in this game. And keeping up with players in this game is just it's very frustrating. It's very frustrating at first, but if you get the hang of it, of how a lot of these opponents move. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and those were basic boosts. So I boosted literally 10 times. Some mobile suits can only boost 5. Some mobile suits can only boost 6, 7, or 8, depending on what sort of mobile suit it is. Now, the thing about the GBO Tetra, I'm so glad that they were able to what's the word? Make it great again. Now, when you're using this mobile suit, or any sort of mobile suit, keep in track with your boosts and your gauge on your legs, because it takes a little dip of leg on you. Every single time you boost, the opponent can take a chunk of your leg off. That's if you're using cover. If you use cover for your legs, they can't break your legs. Now I'm just doing kind of a random maneuver and strike. And I still had enough boost right there to roll out of the whole situation right here. Now, when you're using a mobile suit, you can have a feel for the speed or movement, or how it basically does things. Some mobile suits move pretty slow, some move pretty fast, and right here I'm doing kind of a maneuver, and a maneuver is kind of like an infinity symbol. So I'm moving my mobile suit in a infinity way. You can put this into kind of almost any sort of game, any game that you basically go in, and when you basically use this sort of maneuver, it gives an opponent like a 50% chance of shooting you in the legs. It really depends. You can move randomly sometimes, but you know, random is just, it can be a little bit too overpowered sometimes. But as you can see, I'm doing a cross maneuver. So I'm moving up, down, left, right, cross maneuver. As you can see, I'm doing this again. Now I'm doing the X maneuver. You know, X as an X-ray right here. And you know, having this sort of maneuver can get you out of situations. And the thing about this maneuver is that it's very, very effective. All hell, you can do the whole alphabet maneuver. And when I mean the whole alphabet maneuver, you can do, you know, you can do E, you can do F, you can do G. I'm doing E currently right there. As you can see, I'm doing E, for example. Now, this one right here, I'm not sure what sort of maneuver I was doing right here. I was doing A, so I was basically doing A maneuver right here. Like, draw a shape of A, and you're able to maneuver pretty damn effectively that way. Now, let me see what sort of maneuver I'm doing right here. I think I'm doing Z. So, you know, Z is kind of like my favorite one, you know, because zebra, you know, gotta come in there with the stripes. You know, I should have colored this mole suit with zebra colors. I have the colors, but you know, oh well. And you know, there's just, you could do all sorts of them, the whole alphabet. And maneuvers in this game is just it's pretty damn insane stuff. Sometimes you just don't know what's going on. Right here I was doing a U-turn, so that's just a very typical U. And you know, majority of the time when you're doing, you know, maneuvers, you can be very creative in all sorts of ways. Right here I'm just doing a L for lemon juice. You just gotta squeeze the lemon in their eyes and, you know, throw them in their demise. Now when you're using like specific mobile suits, you can find out what the opponent does. As you can see, what am I approaching with? I am approaching with a beam saber. Now I am approaching with a beam rifle. A beam rifle is basically, you know, a heads up that he's gonna pull out a stagger weapon. I'm going to pull out my beam rifle and my beam sword. This is my machine gun. Machine guns is literally the most appropriate time to attack a opponent. When they're shooting their machine guns or this and that, you know, when they're shooting, that's the most prime moment to strike a dude. It takes time for a machine gun to, you know, stagger a dude. So you basically have like literally like 15 seconds to approach the dude before he can stagger you with his machine gun, which, you know, that's enough playtime, and a lot can happen in under 15 seconds. Now over here I am basically, you know, moving around. Stagger weapons, when you see an opponent pulls out a weapon, and if you know what sort of mobile suit it is, if it's a main weapon, if it uses a stagger weapon like a Gundam or a Regi Z or a Mark II, beam rifle or bazooka, or a weapon that that's a stagger weapon. When you know what sort of weapon the opponent pulls out, it's very difficult for new players to basically jump into the game and find out what sort of weapons each mobile suit has. And it's very difficult for players to keep in track with all the sort of builds and all sort of different ways that opponents can stagger you. They can do stagger combinations where they can literally shoot you with this beam rifle, and then they pull out their machine gun and they can stagger you a lot more quicker. Or mobile suits would use rockets or a claw, a harpoon, all sorts of crazy weapons, wrist beam rifle, wrist beams, and the thing about a lot of the stuff that staggers, it's pretty interesting. Now this is a bait switch. Bait switch is like you make it seem like you're going to shoot your beam rifle, but you come towards the guy with your melee. When you switch your beam rifle or your melee, it really confuses the opponent because they don't know what weapon you're going to attack them with. But in reality, the situation, you're going to attack them with your melee or you're going to attack them with your beam. And that's like kind of like a backwards bait. You seem like you're going to approach the dude with your melee, but you retreat back and then you shoot your beam rifle. Now yeah, it's pretty good stuff. There are some players out there who are very, very interesting. They have lefties and righties in this game. Lefty players are pretty damn interesting. There are players who literally only have one arm, literally one arm, and they can still fucking kick ass. Now, I'm majority kind of a righty player, and sometimes I turn lefty sometimes, but I'm basically playing with one arm right now, like one hand. I'm trying to do lefty right now, lefty style, and lefty style is pretty damn interesting. When you're doing lefty style, it's what's the word? It feels good. But if you want to, if you want to pull yourself and your mind and mentally think, you can push yourself to the extreme by working on lefty. If you work on lefty hard enough, you can do some pretty insane stuff on the left side. Now, you can bait switch with left and rights. Now, you can make it seem like you're approaching all the time righty, and then you can go in for a clutch shot with the left, or you can make it seem like you're approaching the guy lefty style, and then you can do a clutch shot with the right. Now it's very, very interesting stuff. If I'm not sure if you ever read books of like warriors who basically use swords and they do combat, and they would switch the weapons. They would play well, not play, they go pretty damn freaking hard, and they would do some real life combat to the point that they bleed and cut them arms off and all that shit. Now in this book, it basically was saying that when you're trying to look at the opponent, you have to look at every single part of the opponent's body. If you look at every single part of the opponent's body, you can whatchamacallit, get a absolute advantage. But sometimes it really takes more than the mind to approach. Now over here, I am basically doing rights and lefts, moving around rights and lefts, just get a feel for, movement in this game. And I imagine if this game was in first person, if it was in first person, oh, that'd be some pretty damn interesting stuff. Now, I wanted to get back into the Gabera Tetra, and there's like the 650 cost, the 600 cost, the 500 cost, and majority of these times, when you're basically using these mobile suits, you can check on the thruster gauge, and sometimes you can go over the top sometimes, and you can literally, crunch some numbers pretty damn nicely. Now, speed builds, it's a very interesting topic. I was able to beat a lot of players in speed builds, but majority of the time it's very hard to knock a dude's HP down quick enough. And you can knock a dude down 3 times and still not kill him. But if you literally use a melee build, you knock him down 2 times and you're able to completely eradicate the dude's health. Now I'm gonna explain like a casual mobile suit, like a DJ. For example, I will be switching over to a DJ, and I will be explaining the amount of boost that a DJ would have. But I'm not precise with the boost on the DJ. I am like not a master with the Gabera Tetra. I'm not a master with the DJ. But it's good stuff. And the DJ part will basically explain how effective boost is. And right over here, I don't know what the heck I was doing, but I think I was just switching parts back and forth for some no apparent reason. I would just slap myself. I just want to skip to the part right here. But basically, this is going to be a kind of interesting thing for you to know. Probably new players know about, old players know about this, but new players, if you don't know about this, it can help you out in certain situations. But man, oh man, I'm just saying, man, it really makes me laugh. Sometimes I literally be online and a lot of local people, like a lot of crazy people, man, a lot of crazy. But I just I feel like everyone's freaking crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna be boosting with this thing. Now, to keep a really nice distance with this mobile suit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I basically boosted 6 times right there, and I boosted that I think pretty normally. I didn't boost pretty fast, so I'm gonna do it slow. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was very slow. Now if I was boosting like that on the GBO Tetra very slow, I think I'd probably get 11 boosts. Now boosting is kind of a very good thing, and if you're literally, you know, practicing to work on your legs, you can always put leg armor on your legs, and leg armor actually is very effective. It's very effective, especially when you're trying to have like engagements with a bunch of players. So right here I only boosted once. I only boosted once to reach that guy. See? Just read the distance. It's all you needed. You just needed one boost. And the DJ it's such a large target, so it can cover up some really nice distance on players. Now I'm gonna go over here on this side, and I'm going to basically boost once. Heavy. Boom. Once. It's all you need. Now this mole suit can boost 6 times. Imagine doing that 6 times with heavies. That's some nasty stuff. Now you can literally boost twice and you can reach to your opponents twice. You know what I mean? And keep a really nice same distance. Now if there were 5 opponents, you can actually get them all just by boosting 5 times or 6 times. But that just takes a complete robot of a player to do that. And if, you know, that's what the high tier players are. High tier players, they're literally, and when I mean literally, they are literally like, I don't know, they're like cyborgs or something like that. But basically they conserve their boost. And you know, there are other sorts of ways where you can make a mobile suit. Let's just say there's a mobile suit that does dodge roll twice. Now if you literally do like cooling parts or something like that, you can literally be dodging like over and over and over. Like you could be dodging like in a normal match without cooling parts, you'd be dodging like 10 times. But like with the cooling parts, or these sort of parts, I forgot which one, that helps overheat, basically the parts that help overheat, you could be dodging like 20 times or 30 times throughout the whole match, and it's just hilarious. And you know, I haven't been working on that sort of thing. I just do a lot of these damage builds and this and that. But you know, this is kind of a savage thing for you to know. And you know, you can literally boost once, and if you know the distance correctly, you just only wasted like a 10% of your boost or something like that. Look at that, one boost, that's it. You don't have to ignite all your boost on one dude. If you ignite all your boost on one dude, then you know, yeah, it gets you into a very bad case scenario. But sometimes you just have to, you know, you have to boost to a certain extent. If you boost to a certain extent, you can what's the word, get around it real nicely. But yeah, that's basically it. That's kind of like a sort of boost tutorial. I don't know why they don't put any more tutorials in this game, but basically they should add a little bit more tutorials on, you know, how to approach, you know, freaking players that you just can't even keep up with. It's sad, but you know, it's true. Now, yeah, good stuff, this DJ. Very nice mole suit. If you ever use the DJ, I absolutely recommend this bad boy. And yeah, see y'all later. Take care. Enjoy your day and play with that boost, man. You just gotta go in there with that speed, you know? The speed.